Welcome to a simplified Vorkath guide which can be used to learn with or use as a quick recap. Vorkath is a boss players can take on after completing the Battle for Rim-Free quest. The boss can be accessed from the Fort's Town Hall by interacting with this statue. Normal mode is started by checking both boxes as seen on screen. Vorkath is an undead dragon at which you can use the Undead Slayer ability and Undead Slayer perks for extra damage. This also means you can use the Self Amulet E for even more damage and accuracy. Currently, even though Vorkath is a dragon, Dragon Slayer perks do not work. Neither does using poison or stuns, as both Zemarigal and Vorkath are stun and poison immune. Vorkath is a heavy damage dealer, therefore using the Darkness incantation with Necromancy or other combat styles is recommended. Alternatively, you're also able to use magic with tank armor and the Animate Dead spell. In normal mode, the fight with Vorkath can be started after disrupting the Western Place of Power. This does require you to kill an undead giant guardian first. This part will cost you some resources, so try to use some trees and rocks to hide yourself from all the enemies swarming you. Once the fight commences, you'll be attacked with both magic and necromancy damage, with the majority of the damage being necromancy damage, so be sure to use Protect from Necromancy. Vorkath has 6 main mechanics you should know about, the first of which being the Ice Breath attack. This attack will smack you with a hefty magic damage blow, although can be avoided by using Elder Overload salves or a Wormfire potion. The next mechanic you'll encounter is the Icicle Tsunami, where Vorkath raises into the air and launches a wave of icicles throughout the arena. This attack will hit you multiple times with magic if you are caught in it, in addition to a melee hit if you're close to Vorkath. To avoid damage, be sure to use the Escape ability to move backwards. Additionally, use the Anticipation ability right after, or the Freedom ability because you're about to get stunned by Zemarigal. Unfortunately, this is one of those attacks that can damage your familiar, so keep an eye on your familiar's health. If it gets slow, you might need to use the Prism of Restoration to heal it back up. The next mechanic, called Bone Spikes, is one you can easily avoid if paying attention. Preceding the attack, dust clouds will appear near you and, if grouped up, near other players in the arena. A few seconds after, spikes will come up that hit a large amount of soft type plus damage. Soft means you're able to use an ability like Resonance to heal off of this attack instead, although it's incredibly difficult to pull off because minions, Vorkath and Zemarigal can snipe your Resonance. In normal mode, you can turn off this mechanic completely by killing the undead giant and disrupting the northwestern place of power in the siege part of the fight. Throughout the fight, you'll notice that Zemarigal spawns minions. Some of these are simply added damage you take, while others can severely affect the fight. My advice is to try and kill the ghost healers and skeleton shielders whenever you can using AoE abilities. With Necromancy, this is easily done using the Threads of Fate incantation. If you do end up seeing the slow empowering zombie walking towards Vorkath as you haven't killed it with their AoE abilities, try and kill this one as well, as it temporarily boosts the power level, which you can see in the top part of your screen, by 50%. And while I don't exactly know what power level does, it probably means you're going to be taking more damage. If you don't like minions, in normal mode you are able to turn off minions by disrupting the place of power on the northern side before the fight itself. Another mechanic you'll encounter starting from phase 2, depending on how good your DPS is, are the pools of goo that Vorkath spits all over the arena. In phase 2, these are green and will do poison damage when stood on. In phase 3, they will turn pink, and not only will they deal even more poison damage than the green goo, but when stepping on the pink goo, you will also increase the amount of damage Zemarigal deals to you. It's possible to cancel out the goo attack by eliminating Vorkath just before he chucks it out. The final special mechanic is the Flying Assault, which can occur during phase 3. This is where Vorkath flies out of your vision and Zemarigal becomes attackable. To avoid getting smacked by an icicle attack that hits every tile in the arena, you have to use the extra action button as soon as Vorkath flies away. If done correctly, Vorkath will fall and take a 10,000 hit. If done incorrectly, you'll be hit with a huge magic hit, and there's a good chance it will kill your familiar. To avoid the magic hit, use the Devotion ability and the Protect from Magic Prayer about 10 seconds after Vorkath goes into the air. Alternatively, reducing damage with Reflect is also possible. The extra action button can also be used throughout the fight, for example at the start or near the end for extra damage output in addition to killing spawned minions. However, be cautious of using it right after phase 3 starts, because you want it to be on cooldown for that flying part. After killing Vorkath, the hardest part of the fight has been completed, as Zemarigal is significantly easier. Use Protect from Necromancy, as Zemarigal can hit you incredibly hard. And don't forget to avoid those bone spikes and then you'll be fine. If you've teleported out before claiming your loot, simply go to the statue to claim your loot casket. I hope this boss quick guide helped you. If it did, drop a like down below. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.